And we are down here checking out a 2020 Mercedes-Benz GTC. This is a nice looking car, I gotta say. I have never owned a car, such as this class or anything, but getting to see one in person, take one for a drive, this is a nice car. It drives well. It definitely does what it's supposed to do when it comes to the performance aspect of things. We're just going to do a quick little walk around on this vehicle so you can kind of check it out in all its glory. As mentioned, it's a 2020 Mercedes-Benz GTC. Really, like, when I first came in, I thought, like, hey man, that's a really nice car. It looks good. It's got some good eyeball to it and stuff. But I was just kind of disappointed to see that somebody would do some of the things to this car. It made it kind of questionable on whether or not we still have a nice car on our hands. So a little bit of a backstory. This thing's been through 3 owners already. The mileage is somewhere around 12,000 kilometers. I don't know what that is in miles. Maybe it's 8,000 miles or something like that. But for that new and that year and that low of mileage, it just seems like people would take better care of it. Let's start taking a look a little closer at some of the things on this car that just stuck out to me. So I mean, there's a couple things, some minor things like, okay, we got a little stone chip right in here. One stone chip wouldn't be that bad, but when you start looking down at the rear bumper, you can see it's all chipped up down here. There's some chipping going around the whole Mercedes logo on the front of it. You can see somebody's gone ahead. I'm pretty sure that it's custom, that they went ahead and put the green on there. If you hadn't noticed already, you got green brake calipers in here. They do say AMG on them, so that's nice. They're not just spray painted, but they've also done a little bit to the badging here and the bi-turbo thing. They've got the green as V, and you can see the black is coming off of it again. And when it comes to the back of this thing, they've got this nice spoiler on here. I'm pretty sure they added it. Maybe mention in the comments below what's going on with this, but this is that forged carbon look. I don't know if it's actually forged carbon or what's going on. It's pretty light, but it's also very smooth. In my experience, carbon fiber is usually a bit textured. I was surprised to see how smooth this thing is. Maybe I'm wrong, but just let me know down in the comments below or something what's going on with that. It does have a little AMG decal here on the side. This is raised. It's not in the actual paint or anything like that, so it kind of makes me wonder whether or not it's supposed to be on there. And then down below you can see they've got like this flat black plastic brace to put it in the right position. But then I start to question why is the paint all bubbling and stuff on the aluminum and everything if this is a true AMG wing. I don't know, but to me it just kind of seems a little hokey that somebody would put something like that on the car. These cars, I mean, they're something silly like $200 and something thousand brand new, and if you're going to spend that kind of money on a brand new car like this, you'd think that maybe you'd get the upgrades done a bit more professionally or something. So we've got a little bit of that going on. You can see there's some more chipping going on here. So obviously they just took a can of that plastic dip and spray painted the chrome black, which I love the look. It probably looked great on day one, but as time progresses, $200,000 car full of chips and flakes and all that kind of stuff. Now we've done a great job of trying to polish it, but you can see here in the paint on the front, there's lots of little marks and scratches and chips and stuff on it. So how much garage was it sitting in? I don't know. We'll take a look at the inside as well. Without the green on the outside, I think this interior would be pretty good. You got the black and the red going on, very aggressive coloring. It looks good. Just go ahead and hop in. There we go. As we take a look around, I'm going to zoom out here. There we go. As we take a look around, everything inside is what you'd expect. 2 seats. There's a touchscreen there. Oh, I'm sorry. That's one of the things that kind of blew my mind. This is not a touchscreen. You have to use this little trackpad down here to navigate the little mouse around on the screen itself. So while you're driving your luxury sport car, you don't get to just stab what you want on the screen. You have to, reach over and select it. This guy here, this opens up if I push it in. Okay. It's supposed to retract by itself, but there we go. Now it's open, and then if I want to close it, and like it's, there we go. Yeah, smooth as butter in a great luxury car. I mean, that's just amazing, isn't it? Same thing right here with the center console stuff. If I click it, it does nothing, but if I kind of pry at it, there we go, I can lift it up. I just feel like, you know, little things like this, it should be a little nicer to open and close. The glove box, I mean, nothing impressive about the fact that it just has room for books, and that's about it. So whereas you're already confined to a small amount of space on the inside, you don't have a lot of room for other gear and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and fire it up. There we are. So as you can see here down the center, these things are all buttons to do different things. I'm a big fan of that. It's kind of nice. There's an active exhaust on there. There we go, which you can open up and close. It'll change how the vehicle revs. This does nothing. This is nothing at all. There's no button. It doesn't click in. The rest of these will click in and click off. This does nothing. So, like, I feel like if you were driving it, you'd feel like you were missing an option because there's a dead button there. They've added these paddle shifters on here, which are, I mean, they're not bad, but they're definitely not, they don't fit with the theme, in my opinion. They don't really fit with the Mercedes theme. A couple of different drive modes down here, which is cool. I'm not too sure what C is for, but yeah, you can see we've got the map going on, and then if you want to use it, you got to actually use the little trackpad on there, and then it will change through some stuff. You can hit the home screens and stuff, which is cool. Different drive modes. I'll give it a little rev. That's the regular exhaust. We're gonna open it up. I mean, it's cool. Like, that's a cool feature to have in the thing, for sure. There we go. Let's hop back out here. Like I said, I'm not trying to rip on the car too much, but I feel like for a $200,000 car, why has this thing had 3 owners? Why is there less than 15,000 kilometers on it? Why didn't anybody put it in a garage, or keep it safe, or keep it nice, or do the necessary upgrades to it that they wanted, and actually pay the money it was worth in order to make sure that it looked good? It just kind of looks like somebody bought one that was repossessed, drove it, and then traded it in on something else. So if you have one of these, I'm sure yours is a bit nicer. I do like the car. It just pains me to see one that's been treated like this. That's all I got for today, folks. Thanks so much for hanging out with me and watching. If you liked the video, go ahead and leave a like. And if you see anything that maybe I missed, or if you can give me some feedback on what's going on with that spoiler, if that's a forged carbon, or if it's just a knockoff thing, just let me know down below. I'd appreciate it. Thanks, guys.